calculate the plasma osmolality, and I will play with the numbers. So bear with me. So you have the plasma osmolality. Let's say osmolality. I like it more. Plasma osmolality. They say it's the number of osmoles of Na plus the osmole of glucose plus the osmoles of urea. Urea is a waste product that your cell produce and is excreted by the kidneys. But they say it's 2 times the osmolality of sodium. Why? Very simple. Because we have the cations and the anions. Among the cations we have sodium, we have potassium, we have magnesium, we have calcium, and among the anions we have like chloride, bicarbonates, etc. I said in the last video I gave the values for all of them. So when we calculate the plasma osmolality, we don't take in account all of this. We just add this with this, with this, with this, with this, with this. The osmolality of the quantity of sodium in the blood, it's like 140 millimole per liter. You got me? And we say that we don't count this, we count just the sodium, and in the solution is always it's electrically neutral. So if you have 140 millimole of cation, we say sodium, but it's cation in general. We need to have 140 millimole per liter of anions. So they add up and they cancel each other. That's why we have 2 times sodium, because they both osmolaltically active. That's the point. Glucose is osmolaltically active, of course. Urea is too. So let's calculate this plasma osmolality. Now that you have this formula. And why it's interesting? Because here it's milligram per deciliter. Here it's milligram per deciliter too. But here it's millimole per liter. So we have to convert all this in osmol per liter. That's the point. Urea, we call it BUN mostly. BUN. Blood urea nitrogen. Why we call it like this? Because in the molar mass we account just for the nitrogen. That's how blood urea is in the blood. That's blood urea nitrogen. So for the molar mass, because we will convert this, we have a value on the lab results, and we have to convert it in osmol. For the molar mass, as I said earlier, we will take into account just the nitrogen. So let's do it now. So let's start with sodium. In the blood we have 140 milli equivalent per liter of sodium. I used milliequivalent on purpose, so we will use a lot of demonstrations, so you can understand what I talked about previously. So, it is a monovalent cation. So, 1 mole of sodium is just 1 mole of the opposite charge to be electroneutral. So, it's monovalent. So 140 milliequivalents of sodium equal 140 millimole per liter of sodium. And it dissociates into the solution in only one particle, the sodium. So 1 particle, it's 140 milliosmol per liter. We have sodium multiplied by 2 for the plasma osmolality. So it's 140 multiplied by 2 is 280 milliosmol per liter. As simple as that. Now let's move on to glucose. So for glucose, we have 80 milligram per deciliter of glucose in the plasma. In the plasma level, the molar mass of glucose, I talked about this molar mass earlier. It's 180 gram per mole for glucose. Glucose, the formula, it's C3H8O4, I don't remember, to be honest. But if you add up the molar mass of the carbons, the hydrogen and the oxygens in the glucose, you will end up with this molar mass of the glucose. That's how I did that. Or you can just look on Google, the molar mass. That's what I did. Anyway, it's 180 gram per mole. So you have 180 gram of glucose per mole. 1 mole of glucose. So you have 180 milligram of glucose in 1 millimole of glucose. Here we have 80 milligrams of glucose. So it's X millimole of glucose. So X equal 80 multiplied by 1 divided by 180. I think it's 4 or something. I have the answer here. I'm just looking. It's 4.5 millimole per liter. So let me read that. So more please. And let's convert now the glucose, the osmolarity of glucose. You have 4.5 millimole. And it dissociates into one particle. Glucose gives glucose. You don't have the glucose gives sodium and brouillon. I don't know. We don't care. Just one particle. So it's 4.5 milliosmol per liter. That's it. Now, urea. Urea, I explained it before, I will say it again. That's the formula for urea. We call this BUN, blood urea nitrogen. Why we call blood urea nitrogen? Because we count just the nitrogens, and the molar mass of nitrogen is 14 gram per mole. we have two nitrogens. So it's 2N, it's 28 gram per mole. As simple as that. So let's go again. For urea we have like 15 milligram per deciliter of urea. One mole of urea, 28 gram of urea is 1 mole of urea. 28 milligrams of urea is 1 millimole of urea. So if you have 15 milligrams of urea, it's x millimole, and we end up again with x equal 15 multiplied by 1 divided by 28. If you look at the answer, it's 5.3. 5.3 millimole per liter. And we don't do it again. It's one particle. Urea gives just one particle. So it's 5.3 milliosmol per liter. So that's the osmolality of blood. Let me calculate it now. Blood osmolality, or plasma osmolality, to be more correct. Already wrote it here. It's 2 sodium, osmolality of sodium, plus osmolality of glucose, plus osmolality of UN. So it's 2 multiplied by 140 plus 4.5 plus 5.5. I know it's 0.3, but let's approximate. It's 280 plus 4.5 plus 5.5 is 10. It's 290 milliosmol per liter. So that's the blood, the plasma osmolality. If you want to calculate the plasma osmolarity, I have a formula, so you don't do all this conversion as I told you. This is like a shortcut, but I wanted to explain how it works before. That's why I gave all the details. So the plasma osmolality is equal to 2 times osmolality of sodium plus osmolality of glucose. So the osmolality of glucose divide by 18, like it's in milligram per deciliter. If you divide by 18, you will get in milliosmol per liter the result. For BUN, you divide by 2.8. It's also in milligram per deciliter, but you notice that the molar mass is not the same. That's why those numbers are different. So that's how you get exactly the same thing. If you have this, it's like 18 on 18, and here you have like 15 on 2.8, and here you have 2 times 140, and you'll have 219 milliosmoles per liter. Exactly the same thing. I will give you just an example to close the lecture. You have the blood, and you have the red blood cells. The red blood cells, they have an osmolality of 290, and the blood have an osmolality of 292. So the blood and the red blood cells, they're isotonic. Because we say isotonic or hypotonic or hypertonic when we compare two solutions. If we talk about just one solution, then we will say it's hyperosmolar or isoosmolar or hypersmolar. We use the word tonic when we compare two solutions. So here it's isotonic. So that's what I wanted to explain earlier. Now I'm talking about it. So imagine we inject this patient with an hyperosmolar solution, which means like a solution of NaCl that would be like 350 milliosmol. So now let's not be dirty first. Let me replace them by 350 milliosmol. This is hyperosmolar compared to this one. And what did we say about osmolality? It goes, if there is more solutes here, like I said earlier in the video, if there is more here than here, the water will go there, where there is the lesser concentration. So what will happen to the red blood cell? It will shrink. That's what happens. That's why you want to understand osmolality. Well, it's one of the main examples you want to understand that. I give you another one, last one. I keep using my red blood cells. So, imagine red blood cells, it's 290. And we inject an hyposmolar or hypotonic compared to the red blood cell solution. That will be like 200 milliosmol. Let's not write it. What will happen now? Now, the water will go into the red blood cells. It's very dangerous because it will grow and it will burst. And if we have red blood cells that burst, it's called intravascular hemolysis. Because the hemolysis, like killing the red blood cells, happens in the blood. All the cells, they're full of potassium. I talked about that. So it can cause hyperkalemia. Hyperkalemia will depolarize the heart and will depress it and will have cardiac failure and you will die. That's what happens if you give an hyposmolar solution. So it's very, very dangerous. That's exactly what happens when you drown, for example, in water. But like in the rivers, the water that's not in the sea. In the sea there is like salt. But if you drown in the river, the water will come from your lungs to the systemic blood, and it will have the same effect. It will dilute the blood, the osmolality will decrease, the red blood cells will burst, and you will die from an arrhythmia. That's how you die when you drown in the river. If you drown in the sea, for example, there is the salt that goes into the lung here. For example, there is the lung, there is the salt here. It will attract water by osmolality, and you will die by asphyxia. That's the difference between drowning in the salty water or in a river. Anyway, I will explain that, I think, in a few months for these drowning situations. That's it.